Yesterday, Milwaukee had its first real snowfall. It probably snowed about 6-7 inches or so. So I thought it would be a perfect time to talk about Milwaukee winters and how they really are. So we'll get started by going outside and experiencing it for ourselves. So winters in Wisconsin in general are usually really cold. Getting down below 0 degrees Fahrenheit a lot of the times. This year has so far been a pretty mild winter though, and right now it's probably above 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which is extremely warm for this time. And usually 30 degrees in winter feels pretty good actually. Almost feels like spring can break out the shorts and t-shirts. However, usually the winters are bitterly cold and it just sucks going outside. There's always a ton of snow. You're sometimes walking through slush, which is disgusting and just wet. It's definitely good to have either a pair of boots, of winter boots, or heavy duty shoes. I don't really like wearing boots that much, so I just wear these heavy duty shoes. Michelle, she likes wearing boots, which I'll show you them.
This year, I haven't acquired any snow boots yet, so I'm wearing my rain boots as substitute, and they work pretty well, but I can't wait to get winter boots.
It's important once it gets cold to stay bundled up. Getting a good winter coat, wearing a sweatshirt, layering is really important because it keeps you warmer. Having a good hat, good gloves, maybe multiple pairs of socks, or at least like wool socks or warmer socks. What?
Ear warmers.
Yeah, there's lots of good winter clothing out there. It's just important to stay bundled up because it gets really cold and frigid. Walking in the winter is just going to take a little longer wherever because it's either going to be maybe a little slippery or wet, or there's going to be snow, which makes it slippery or just hard to walk through. Driving is also going to be slower, especially when it's snowing, because like it's really dangerous to not go slow. And people will do that, and people slide out. Last night Michelle saw someone slide while door dashing. Once you get used to driving in the winter though, it's not too bad. The first few times each year, or maybe a little harder because you're not used to it in such a long time, but you adapt really quickly, especially when you've been there before. Overall, the summer is definitely a better time to be in Milwaukee than the winter, but there's definitely fun things to do in the winter still. They have holiday lights, have multiple parks, which are really cool. There's ice skating, which we haven't done yet, but are hopefully going to do at some point. Even walking by the lake is still really pretty. It's just, you know, not as doable when there's snow. It's also fun to play in the snow and make snow forts or build snowmen. Just play in the snow, snowball fights, go sledding. There's a lot to do in the snow. Better when you're a kid, I think. At least kids, I feel like, have more fun with it. I definitely did have more fun when I was a kid with it, but you can still find enjoyment from it. One thing that isn't fun to do is shoveling, either your driveway or your sidewalk, stairs, stuff like that. It's not that fun. It's actually really annoying sometimes, but it needs to get done. You need to carve a pathway to walk, or in the case of driving. I think I'll wrap it up there. Hopefully you learned a little bit about what Milwaukee winters are like, and if you want to visit Milwaukee in the winter, by all means do. It's not that bad.